communities and beyond the borders. I'm Mwige William. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, kicking off our bulletin, President William Ruto is in Kirinyaga County, where he's attending an interdenominational prayer service at Kerugoya Stadium together with his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. He then is expected to articulate his plans for the county and the entire region. But currently, Governor Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru is currently addressing the congregants. Let's cross over to Kirinyaga.
A lot of business people, even in Embu Market, are from Kirinyaga County. And we give them a conducive environment to do their businesses. And we work very closely together. So I want to thank you for being here today, and especially so for the opportunity to listen to a very powerful sermon by Bishop Wanderi. And you know, Your Excellency, I've been wondering how come Tangu Tushinde, which was August, you and your deputy have been having Thanksgiving every single Sunday. And I kept wondering, I don't know when this Thanksgiving will come to an end. But having listened to the bishop, sasa nawaelewa. Because we have been told the more you give thanks, the more you're blessed, the more good things come your way. And so we must keep giving thanks for what God has done and what we hope and believe He will do in the future, including reviving our economy. Your Excellency, let me add my voice to those leaders ambao wamesema that you did a good thing to give our able deputy a chance to revive the coffee, tea, and milk industry. Your Excellency, when you came to Embu for a similar function on 4th of December, I told you that the people, the farmers of tea, coffee, and milk are suffering. And they are suffering because of cartels. They are suffering because the people who buy their produce make more money than the farmer who works round the clock for one full year tending for that crop. In fact, Your Excellency, hawa wakulima wa kahawa, wa majani, wa maziwa, they are poorer than those who don't have. Kanategua ndoeto. So we are happy Your Excellency Deputy President has taken this matter very seriously. I have listened to him. I know he has met the MPs, and we are looking forward to a meeting with the governors. An example.
Well, I beg your pardon, that is Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire and not Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru, as I had mentioned earlier. But we're going to keep tabs on that story and bring you more details in our subsequent bulletins. But moving on forward, Yala MP Kanini Kega has announced that leaders from Mount Kenya region will join together to work for the best interest of their people. Kega made this statement after Jubilee leaders from the region met with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. He said that they have decided to set aside their political differences and work together for the good of their constituents. However, as a party, Jubilee will continue to function as the opposition.
We are still too far from 2027. Actually, we are 4 years. And they say that a day in politics is actually a long time. We will cross the bridge when we come to it. But we want to say for a fact that the Mount Kenya people have always benefited when they work and walk together. And it's a high time that we look back, look at we do a SWOT analysis and make sure that in future, that no other time where Mount Kenya people will be able to face each other, you know, that there will be one person on this side, the other person on the other side. It should never happen, because we know that when we hunt as a pack, we are able to get more resources. We are able to benefit more as opposed to when we are divided. So that's a question for another day, but I want to assure you that what we started yesterday, it is something that we are going to cement, and it is something that we are going to work and work together, but at the same time, we still do our rightful role to check the government and make sure that we oversight this government, because we are still in the opposition. Jubilee is in the opposition. There's no question about it. Jubilee is an opposition party, and we will make sure that we do our right to floor, make sure that what is right for the people, we support. What is not beneficial to the people, we will actually raise the red flag and make sure that we give the government that is in place at the moment, to make sure that we check them, to make sure that they also follow the rule of the law.
Moving on, in a strong statement today, Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale vowed that the government will take firm action against any individuals or groups attempting to disrupt the security of the country. He also emphasized the important role citizens play in maintaining peace and stability. During the official launch of the Young Muslim Girls Secondary School in Garissa, where he served as the chief guest, Duale emphasized the government's commitment to ensuring a peaceful and secure environment for all Kenyans.
Ladies and gentlemen,
wamepata kila kitu kinachostahili ili watimize ndoto zao na wafurahi maisha yao.
Akina mama oye! Oye! A school-friendly environment.
Tuko na shortage ya teachers. Lakini kwa nini tuko na shortage ya teachers? It is because of insecurity. So as we address the shortage of teachers, ambaye ni serikali itaandika 30,000 as we address hiyo, pia viongozi, mimi nataka niwaombe, sababu sasa mimi ni waziri wa usalama pia wa ulinzi, nataka tushikane, tusikubali. Tunajenga barabara kutoka Lamu mpaka Isiolo Marsabit. Hiyo barabara tumeweka investment mingi ya security, lakini mnasikia kila siku what's happening. Hatuwezi kubali hiyo. We will not. So we must take security as serious as we. Lakini kitu gani imefanya walimu watoroke, madaktari watoroke? Ni sababu ya usalama. We must work with our security agencies. And the government will make sure we protect the lives and the property of every citizen in any part of our country.
Mombasa Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir's recent appointments to his cabinet have sparked mixed reactions among residents. However, the Omogusi Council of Elders in Mombasa has recently come out in support of the appointments. They have praised Governor Nasir for including 2 members of their community in his cabinet, which they said was a first for them since Kenya's independence. Led by their secretary John Gishana Obonyo, the elders thanked the governor for recognizing their community and giving them representation in the cabinet. Nasir appointed Evans Oandas as the county executive committee member for finance and Yukabeth Gesari Nyabondo as the advisor to the governor on cohesion and integration.
Omogusi, Council of Elders, Omogusi, mbele pamoja, tuunge gavana wetu for 10 years. Avonzi bino wali. Lakini abantu bali muhimu na bagaka.
Leo utawezewa. From the history of your father, I know you are a performance person. Hii ingine, tunashukuru Mungu ametupatia vyeo viwili kubwa. Uyugesale na Oanda. Mungu akubariki. Mungu abariki serikali kubwa na taifa lote, na Kenya iwe recognized among other best performing countries in the world.
Kuna wengine wamekimbia kotini kusema huyu ameweka Wajaluo wengi, na ndio wamekimbia kotini kusuia hii. Mambo yatakapofafanuliwa, huyo Wanda ni Mkisii, lakini wale wenzetu wameenda pale wakisema huyu ni Mjaluo, na kwa nini ameajiri Wajaluo wengi namna hiyo. Kwa hiyo waelewe kabisa kuwa huyu ametoka jamii nyingine kabisa, na pia hata anastahili kuwa na kupata hiyo nafasi.
As far as we are concerned, the appointments were well researched and reflected the cosmopolitan nature of the county of Mombasa. As you may all know, Mombasa is not like any other county in Kenya. It is the only county that is cosmopolitan and is house to all races and ethnicities in the world who are residents and even have children and grandchildren born and raised in this county.
Wale wenzetu ambao wameenda kotini kwa weni wa Kenya, wenzetu kama sisi, waangalie vitambulisho vya watu, waelewe kwamba huyu ni nani. Na mradi mtu ni Mkenya, amesaliwa hapa Kenya, waje tuwapatie nafasi atuhudumie kama watu wa Mombasa, kwa sababu Mombasa hii tunaona mtu atakayeokoa watu wa Mombasa ni gavana wa pili. Yule alikuweko alifanya yake, na huyu ameingia ameinherit shida nyingi.
Moving on, Abwao Boys Secondary School in Migori County managed to post exemplary results in the just-released KCSE despite having infrastructural challenges. The school principal, Jackton Ogola, says the school had registered 133 students, out of which 132 have attained the minimum university entry grade of C+ and above. The school greatly improved with a mean score of 9.0178 compared to 2021, when they had a mean score of 7.5. The school, however, lacks a modern laboratory, library, dining hall, and it has a shortage of clean water. The principal attributed the success of his students to discipline.
Who is also partaking in engineering?
I'm happy. I'm very, very much happy for what God has done to us. Let me take this time to thank my God for this wonderful performance. And let me thank the school, the St. Peter's Abwao Fraternity, starting with the principal, the school principal. I liked this man so much because he's a tough man when it comes to academics. He doesn't take things aside. Let me take this opportunity to thank all the teachers, the St. Peter's Abwao teachers.
Nikumshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya umbali ambao ametuleta. Kwanza kabisa nimshukuru head teacher wa hii shule, principal Abwao. Ukweli mwalimu, hongereni kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mmeifanya pamoja na staff yako. Pia ninawashukuru wazazi kwa kazi nzuri ambayo tulishikana mkono tukaombea watoto wetu. Wameweza kutuondolea aibu. Tunamshukuru Mungu sana, sana, tena sana, azidi kuwatangulia hata kwa vyuo ambavyo wataenda.
With this very good performance, we still have a number of challenges, including infrastructural and ideally parents not being able to pay school fee and absenteeism. And therefore, we appeal to all of us to get together and find a way of really resolving some of these challenges that we do have. But otherwise, I really got to appreciate God that we have maintained performance, excellent performance for the last 4 years, which is very exceptional.
Here we are today celebrating the result of St. Peter's Abwao at a mean of 9.07. The target was 8.1, and we have set this target for the last 2 years. But today, as a school, we are happy that we have managed to go beyond the target. What has brought this is so simple: teamwork.
15 minutes past 1 p.m. Time for a short commercial break, but we'll be right back with more news.
In 2009, All Saints has strived to nurture confident, responsible and ambitious young men into future leaders. Located on 20 acres in a serene and conducive environment, some 4 kilometers from Embu Town Center, it's a modest, cost-friendly education center. We are proud of our strong heritage of opening minds, unlocking talents, and building leaders. We prepare young men for a life dedicated to leadership, achievement, and service to the world. All Saints Senior Boys Academy. We make the difference.
Sonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Sonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Welcome back and thank you for keeping it at TV 47. Now moving on still matters education. West Pokot County Senator Julius Murgo has asked the Cabinet Secretary for Education Ezekiel Machogu to revive the West Pokot Kisii University campus that is said to have collapsed during the previous government's tenure. Speaking at Tartar Girls National School in Kapenguria, Murgo said the only way to reduce internal conflict and insecurity cases in the county is through education and reviving university campus, which will play a crucial role in ensuring Pokot young men and women are educated to become men and women of substance in the society.
Bwana Waziri, sisi hatuna university. Sehemu zingine nyingi wamekuwa na ma-university. Tulipatiwa kamoja ambayo mizizi yake ilienda mpaka Kisii. Wewe sasa utaenda Kisii utuulizie hii ndama ambayo ilienda Pokot na ikapotea iliendaje, ili uturudishie tuwe na hiyo university. Tuna shamba, tuna mijengo ilijengwa na serikali ya county, na kwa hivyo tunaomba ofisi yako itusaidie tupate university katika West Pokot ili watoto wetu waendelee kusoma vile wengine wamesoma.
A family in Oloitoktok, Kajiado South Sub-County is in distress following the disappearance of their 15-year-old daughter, Eunice Ndenya Maingi, 2 weeks ago. Ndenya went missing on January 8th after leaving her parents' Kiwanjani home for a church service. Her mother said that the family reported her missing at the Oloitoktok police station on January 10th, but they have been unable to locate her since. The family is now appealing to anyone who may have information about Ndenya's whereabouts to come forward and contact the nearest police station.
Nina huzuni mwingi, tuna uchungu mwingi kupoteza mtoto kama huyu. Ni msichana wa 15 years. Kwa hivyo ningeomba tu mahali yuko, ama kama kuna mtu amemuona atueleze, ama Eunice tu kama utatusikia ama kama utatuona, rudi nyumbani tu. Naomba tu rudi, maana kilicho kufanya uende sikijui. Eunice alijiandaa kwenda kanisa na kuja baadaye Eunice kufika hiyo kanisani, na hakuna mtu aliona wa mtoto tangu atoke hapa hiyo saa 4.
Tumehuzunika sana kumtafuta, tumetembea kila mahali. Mara mingi tunakuja hapa kumpa moyo, Mungu amsaidie apatikane. Na yule mwenye kona huyo mtoto atuachilie tu, tunaomba. Naomba kwa heshima amwachilie, maana tumezunguka ya kutosha na mama yake ana amani.
A non-governmental organization in Kilifi, Friends for Justice, is dedicating over 68 million shillings annually to sponsor the education of victims of child abuse. Led by Alice Kenyo, a long-serving Kilifi-based lawyer, the NGO is currently providing educational support to more than 420 students from primary, secondary and tertiary schools to help them overcome their trauma and succeed in society. The organization, which began as a small effort to address the high levels of child abuse in Kilifi, now provides care and support including education, mentorship, counseling and temporary housing for affected children. According to Ms. Kinywa, the organization prioritizes the child's right to justice and focuses on meeting their basic needs, including education, before addressing other concerns.
Sisi kama county, mbali na kuhakikisha kwamba haki za watoto zinachungwa, we are also going to do a program as a county, and we have started consulting na marafiki ili tuhakikishe kwamba watoto wale ambao wanadhulumiwa nyumbani ama nyumbani hawezi kupewa fursa ya kusoma, tunawaleta kwa the Kilifi County Rescue Center ambayo hivi karibuni itaanza kujengwa ili watoto waweze kuwa na makao mazuri na waweze kusoma, waendelee na masomo mpaka wamalize university.
So we have currently 428 students, all spread from primary, secondary and high school, college. So we, at the stage when we pick up a case is where we pick up the child and then mentor them through the program. So the 428, we have 172 that are students in high school. Then we have 66 in college. Then the rest of the bit is in primary school.
An non-governmental organization has teamed up with taxi drivers in Murang'a County to provide free transportation service to individuals with disabilities and expectant women in need. The CEO of Ahadi Trust, Stanley Kamau, states that this program will allow the two vulnerable groups to easily access healthcare, and it will also provide an alternative source of income for the taxi operators, as they will be reimbursed by the organization for their services.
From a prisoner. There is nothing. So many cases of where mothers have given birth on the roadside. The people with disabilities are not able to access medical care or medical health.